Sweden has always been a country that believes in free trade and calm diplomacy. But now, something unexpected is happening. Sweden is standing with the European Union to hit back at Trump's latest tariffs.
Today, I'm simplifying our tariffs on steel and aluminum so that everyone can understand exactly what it means. It's 25% without exceptions or exemptions.
Could this be the start of a serious trade conflict between Europe and the US? The big question is, are we on the brink of a transatlantic trade war? For years, Sweden has been one of the biggest supporters of global trade and open markets. The country's economy is built on strong exports, and it has always preferred cooperation over conflict. But now, things are changing. Sweden's leaders are making it clear that if the US imposes more tariffs, they will not stay silent. Foreign Trade Minister Benjamin Pulze recently said, "There is no winner in tariff wars. The introduction of tariffs is worrying." Frankly, we do not think this is a good thing. As the government has repeatedly said, everyone loses from tariffs as they cause unnecessary economic disruption. This statement shows Sweden is not happy about the trade situation, but they are ready to act if needed. So, what industries in Sweden could be hurt the most if these tariffs continue? The biggest ones are automotive. Companies like Volvo and Scania depend on selling vehicles to the US. If the US adds a 25% tariff on European car imports, these companies could lose a lot of money. Sweden exports a lot of high-quality steel to the US, which is used in construction and aerospace. If the US raises tariffs, Swedish steel companies might struggle. Sweden is known for advanced engineering, and if trade slows down, this could hurt both big companies and small businesses. The risk is clear. If Sweden's industries suffer, it could lead to prolonged job losses and economic trouble. The European Union is not sitting back. Brussels is already preparing a strong response to US tariffs, and Sweden is fully supporting this plan. Finance Minister Elisabeth Svantesson recently voiced her concern, saying that Sweden will not let unfair trade policies harm its economy.
Higher tariffs is bad for us, but it's also bad for the global economy.
Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson also spoke on the matter, saying, "Sweden stands with the EU in defending our industries and workers. We believe in fair trade, but we will not hesitate to act when necessary." In the past, the EU has responded to US tariffs by targeting American agriculture, bourbon whiskey, and even Harley-Davidson motorcycles. This time, the EU might hit even harder, possibly targeting big tech, pharmaceuticals, and energy exports from the US. But there is a risk. Sweden has strong business ties with the US in industries like engineering and life sciences. Could pushing back too hard make things worse? If trade with the US becomes too difficult, could Sweden turn to Asia or the Middle East instead? Some experts think this is a real possibility. China and India are investing in high-tech industries and need advanced engineering, something Sweden is great at. The Gulf states want green energy solutions and smart infrastructure, which Sweden can provide. Africa is growing fast and needs smart transportation and energy systems, another area where Sweden has expertise. But here's the problem. The US is still one of Sweden's biggest trade partners. Even if Sweden expands into new markets, it will be hard to fully replace American trade in the short term. A trade war wouldn't just affect big companies. It could hurt everyday Swedish people. If Swedish companies struggle, jobs could be lost. If tariffs raise costs for manufacturers, products could become more expensive. If trade slows down, Sweden's economy could suffer. For decades, Sweden has been known for its stable and successful economy, often called the Swedish miracle. But could this trade war put that reputation at risk? Sweden and the US have always had a strong relationship, but tensions are rising. If tariffs continue, diplomatic relations could suffer. Deeper political conflict, or will both sides find a way to work together? There are a few possible ways this situation could go. 1. Negotiations. Compromise. The US and the EU could make a deal, lowering tariffs and avoiding a full trade war. 2. More tariffs. Retaliation. If Trump pushes forward, the EU might respond with strong counter-tariffs, creating a serious economic fight. Sweden's big companies like Volvo and Scania are already lobbying in Washington to protect their interests. Could they help smooth things over? Sweden is facing a big decision. It has always been a strong believer in free trade, but with these new US tariffs, it has to decide. Will it stand fully with the EU and push back hard against the US? Or will it try to find a quieter, more diplomatic solution? One thing is clear. Sweden will not sit back and do nothing. It is preparing to defend its economy, industries, and workers. What do you think? Will this turn into a full-blown trade war, or will negotiations calm the storm? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this analysis useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates on this developing situation. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video.